Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of Behind the Box. I'm your girl, Carrie Croft from the Vitamin M Box. M meaning all things melanin. Behind the Box is a series I started this year because I wanted you guys to meet the brains behind the brands of those I'm collaborating with during the month. And February was a special month and I cannot wait to introduce you to Nya. But it was a special month because I decided to do a Lux box, a Lux couples box, along with our monthly box. And Nya was a double feature in both of these boxes. So I want you all to meet Nya Kam. She is the founder of Love Notes Fragrances and Selfish Body Tea. My subscribers absolutely love her body tea and candles. So I can't wait to start talking about that a little bit. So Nya, welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me tonight.
Carrie, thank you so much for having me. Before we start, I just want to say this to you. I would like to consider myself the Vitamin M alumni because it's the return.
Yes.
And I don't know, just an idea. If you ever want to have a return of the alumni by Vitamin M box
Ooh,
out there, I think it could be really, really dope.
I like
And
that.
I would love to come back if you'd have me back. So thank you for having me back again. Thank
Yes.
you.
And you just gave me a dope that's a dope idea. I would love to do that. Girl, I will have you in the box as many times as you want me in the
I've
box.
been holding on that idea. I said, you know what? She's having me back. You know what? If the customers like it, let's do it. Obviously, I don't think I'm the only brand that can
Yeah,
come back. So let's do it.
let's
But I'm
do
glad to
it.
be
I
here.
love
Thanks so much,
that.
Carrie.
I love that. Yes, let's do it. So Naya, let's start off by digging into your journey a little bit. Like, let us know how you got to your entrepreneurial phase of life.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's a number of things. I'll start off with my background, and my background is in the fashion industry. I was there for about, I would say, about 15 years, and the fashion industry has definitely changed. I can imagine what it's like now during this pandemic, but working in sales and in a sales role, it just left me pretty anxious.
Mm,
Um, Lots of anxiety for me, a lot of questioning self worth, if I can be totally honest.
yeah.
And because this is a melanin box, also let me just share that being the sometimes only Black woman in the room, you don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
have a voice and if your voice is actually being heard. And then you're sitting next to Karen's. So I've been
You
wanting
know, you already know. I feel you. I know exactly what you're talking about.
so that can leave you very anxious. And I didn't really realize that I was suffering from anxiety. My mom would always say, you know, Nai, if you don't like this job, then get another job. And I found myself doing that for like every 4 years, just getting a new job.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't calm me down. Yes, maybe a little increase of money, but the role
Right.
still was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I leaned into home. I found myself just kind of creating my own regimen, burning candles, and that became my therapy. I
Mm,
would purchase, burn, light, and then after a while, I said, you know what? I also need to figure out how to make it. Making candles, it really is an easy process.
mm-hmm.
I will say that. And it started from an experiment. And then I said, you know what? Wait a minute. I have some skill sets. I believe I know how to not only do I know how to make and create, but I do have a fashion and design ish background.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not afraid to sell. If I can sell to someone else, for someone else, I think I can sell for my own brand.
That part.
Um, and then also too, I'm speaking in third person, but Naya, myself, I'm a big fan of love.
Uh-huh.
You know, at the time, I was also in a, a romantic relationship at the time.
Mm,
And when it hit me, it just hit me with a force. And I figured I had to figure out, how am I going to, like, not only channel a little bit of this anxiety, but how
Yeah.
am I channeling this love that I'm feeling? Um,
Wow, that's deep.
yeah. So meshing all of that together, a brand was created, and Love Notes evolved from idea, experiment, and purpose and
Mhm.
love.
That's beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. So, fast forward, how many years now is, I have a special love for Naya because I met Naya at the Circle of Sisters over 3 years ago, and she found me at the booth I was working at. Shout out to promote her. And you showed me um, your bath tea before you even launched it, and I immediately fell in love with your packaging. Remember, I
I
told you I was like, "This is amazing."
Carrie, the power of social media. I've heard your story. I followed you. I was like, oh my goodness, she's here at the Circle of Sisters. I'm not even selling. I don't even have product, but I have to introduce myself to this woman. You have to take every opportunity. And I knew that Selfish was a pretty interesting brand. I loved it a lot. I love it still.
Mhm.
And you had just given me such grace to just hear me, allow me to present, and then for us to network.
Yeah,
So that to me was just a testament. And I was like, you know what? Sisters do support sisters.
absolutely.
So thank
Absolutely.
you.
You are so welcome.
Mhm.
Someone said, sorry, I can't see your name, it just says Facebook user, but someone said, go Naya, combine those candle making, design, and sales skills to create your brand.
Thank
That's right.
you. Thank you so much.
That's right. So you have been busy, and I gotta tell you, like I have been on the sidelines like a fan, just because
Oh,
I've seen where you started and I've seen the moves you've been making. Congratulations. I'm super proud of you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about where you've been placed, what's been going on with both Love Notes and Selfish.
okay. So 2020 was really where all cultures, all ethnicities, I feel,
Uh-huh.
were supporting Black businesses. I was one of them. I definitely want to thank this Black editor, Julie Wilson,
Mhm.
who kind of sparked it for me. And then from there, it kind of just spiraled down to other editors.
Uh-huh.
From that, I wanted to leverage the press that I was getting in Forbes, in Marie Claire, along with Town and Country, and make some bigger moves for myself.
Mhm.
If you're giving me that opportunity, if you're writing about this Black business, why not go bigger and go big? So I reached out to the Brooklyn Museum.
Mhm.
And if there's any Brooklynites out there who are listening, who are watching, you can find Love Knows Fragrances in the Brooklyn Museum. I'm a
There you
Brooklynite,
go.
so that was pretty dope for
That
me.
is big.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Still kind of channeling through with other brick and mortars at the moment. I'll say because of the pandemic, it's a shame, but a lot of stores have closed and are closing.
Mm. Oh,
And I had some vision of going after department stores.
okay.
Macy's is one of them. And I'll say that, yes, while I am in Macy's, Macy's.com, I'll be a little clearer with that.
Okay.
Macy's.com. That journey was tough, Carrie. That was tough. And it reminded me instantly about corporate.
Yeah. I know about that Macy's piece.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, you're a small fish going after big fish. Let's get it, girl. Okay, are you
Uh-huh.
ready though? And the chain of command, just talking a little bit of how I got in there. For one, Macy's, along with other department stores, they're doing this whole inclusivity and diversity and aligning themselves with Black and Latino products, which
Mhm.
is fantastic. It's been a
Mhm.
long time coming.
Right.
Let us get a seat at the table, and also let us share the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I applied for it and no response. Um, Finally was able to connect with the VP there, who is a black man. He
Mm-hmm.
connected me with another VP, the buyers, and then it just kind of went from there. But that was a 7th month process.
Wow.
It was a 7th month process. I'm thankful the Macy's checks are slowly coming in,
Uh-huh.
um, and it's time.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
shout out to the checks.
shout out to the checks.
Wow, that's awesome. So let's dig into to your products. I gotta say one thing that I love about your brand, outside the packaging, because I talk about that all the time. It's just beautiful. Your marketing is beautiful.
Thank
Everything
you.
is so chic, um, and it's not trendy. It's classic.
Thank
That's
you.
how I know you're gonna last for a long time.
I
And I
appreciate
can tell the love and the work you put into your brand, and you're very intentional. Like when I'm talking to you and we're talking about like getting you in the box or speaking, I love how you protect your brand and you're intentional about your messaging. So that is refreshing and beautiful to witness. But let's talk
Thank you.
about Love Letter. It's the perfect
Yes.
month, but let's talk about the name Love Letter.
Okay. So, Carrie, when you invited me to be in the box, I was like, yes, this is so appropriate. It's Love Month, it's Black History Month, and who could say no? I couldn't say no to it. I launched Love Letter last year for Mother's Day, and I don't know if my designer is listening, but Naja, if you are there, if you could just throw a candle up in there, let me know you're on the live, and if
Mhm.
you're not, it's fine. But I'm shouting out Naja just because she is my designer,
Uh-huh.
and
Shout out
it
Naja, you do a beautiful job.
it does really take a team to
Mhm.
execute the vision creatively.
Mhm.
And we together created Love Letter, and I was intentional with it because two things. First, Love Letter is special. All of my candles are my heart, but Love Letter is special. I wanted to elevate not only in fragrance, but in packaging and just give the consumer something new. But this really is my love letter to women.
Mhm.
And I wanted Love Letter to be that candle that you burn when you want to channel femininity.
Mm.
Um, I wanted Love Letter to be intentional when you're giving a gift to maybe someone you haven't seen in a while in this pandemic, and let that be your love letter to them. This pandemic is crazy, and we're
Mhm.
just losing a lot of connections.
Yeah.
So, in addition to fragrance and to mood and atmosphere setting, what is the intention behind purchasing your gift and sending it to someone? So the packaging, uh, again, mixing it with nostalgia. And
Mhm.
for those who, after you test out Love Letter for the vitamin M bucks, I would definitely encourage you to just kind of like
Gotta
upsize
get the full candle.
and get the full one. But
I was gonna say, show them the
I
candle.
will speak about the fragrance notes, and why I mentioned femininity, just because it has 4 fragrance blends in it. It has rose, it has white tea, it has a touch of ylang ylang, and it has ginger in it. So I tend to mix a little of floral with herbal with a little bit of sweet. Not
Okay.
so heavy on the floral rose note, but it's a
Mhm.
nice delicate combination.
It is.
And that's it. Love letters is just really special to me.
It's um it's beautiful. It smells divine.
Thank you.
It really does. And those of you, I don't know if you could see it, but this is the size that's in the couples box.
Yay.
And and then we have the travel candle that was in the monthly subscription box. But we do have a mini kit that these are available in as well. And then let's talk about your Let me tell you something.
Hmm.
My subscribers ask for this.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
but like I'm blessed to. I am very blessed. That's why I call. I don't call my. They're my family, and most of them have been rocking with me for a minute. So a lot of them have had ear back tea a few times.
oh
Okay,
my
and
goodness.
they love it. Okay, they love it. So why don't you show them how? Because this is a unique product, and the reason why I love your packaging so much is because there's bath teas out there, and there's different things, but you package it in a way where you're not constantly having to dig out all of the stuff after your bath. You don't have to do labor
Let's
after
talk
your
about that.
bath.
Definitely, let's talk about it. And again, when you speak about intentional, I thought of what is going to be, for one, what's was in the market when I developed Selfish 3 years ago. Bath bombs were the rage, and they
Mm-hmm.
still are. You
Yeah.
know, but with bath bombs, there is a little bit of a residue. It fizzes out, and then sometimes you don't even get the pure fragrance of it.
Right.
Let's talk about bath teas and bath salts. I've seen bath salts where I think it's cute and it looks very pretty aesthetically, where you see the rose buds and you see the lavender buds and not knocking it.
Uh-huh.
But then when it's left in your bathtub, you have to clean it up. It's like I
That
just took
cleanup.
a whole bath and now have to clean up
There
after.
goes my self care Sunday.
And it's beautiful. It really is. And then sometimes you also, in the bath salts and in the bath teas, unlike mine, you don't really get the fragrance. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
a fragrance brand. And so
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot of fragrance into it. So I'll break down a little bit of what the ingredients are. It's Epsom salt, it's oatmeal, I have some natural botanicals in there and fragrance. So it's for Carrie, you held up the packaging.
Yes.
It comes, I've elevated a little bit and I'm holding up too, but I put them in satin sachets
Mhm.
just for more of
You're
an
so
aesthetic,
fancy.
a pretty feeling. And I individually package them for a reason so that the fragrance doesn't dissipate.
Oh,
So that is Selfish. Selfish also evolved because while I do love, I think we then tend to kind of, we should be selfish as well. And I was diving into something really hard and strong that I forgot about self a
mm-hmm.
little bit. And so that really inspired me to get back into the lab and create something not only for self-care wellness, but for the women who need to remember that. Um, I'm gonna hold up a quick DIY if it's
Yeah,
okay
please.
with you.
And while you're doing that, shout out to Steve Donegan. He said he loves your transparency.
Oh, thanks, Steve. Thank you. All right, so just a DIY for those who are just coming in. Imagine this as your body of water, your bathtub, pretty clean, pretty clear. You would dip your selfish body teas. Oh, before I get into that, you can also use your body teas as a drawer fragrance. You know,
Mm.
sometimes if you're or sock, excuse me, I'm losing my words, but sometimes remember back in the day, our parents would put the sachets in our
In
like
the drawers?
intimate drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I decided to go with satin, and it's that aromatic.
Talk
And
about multifunctional. Because it's a foot
yes,
soak as well.
definitely. Let's use this. Let's use it up. And then
Yes.
finally, after you have your bathtub ready, I'll just hold it up. I
Mm-hmm.
have the two sachets in,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it just makes this really pretty rosy color. So Love Letter still has the same fragrance as the candles, and with the four ingredients that I mentioned, oatmeal, Epsom salt, along with um, natural botanicals and fragrance.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's it.
So, why don't you let everyone know because your other candles because you have a new one specifically for men, right? Am I?
Oh, I do. I
Yes.
do. I'm
Let's
glad
talk
that
about
you
it.
mentioned that. So we've expanded the line, and I It's my shout out to men. Men deserve to have a form of self care. They also
Uh-huh.
deserve to be in a place of tranquility as well. And I didn't find in the market a space that men could just come to for candles. There's maybe two or three brands. For the most part, candles are packaged either very feminine or gender neutral. So I do have a line of three fragrances for men,
Hmm.
Sir, His, and Mr.
Okay.
And this is actually our trio set for
Wow.
for men, but you can also purchase them individually.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So, how many fragrances do you have now in your candle line?
Oh, that's a good
You have quite a
question.
few,
I
right?
do. I do. I have about 14. I have
Wow.
about 14 fragrances. Started off with it's still undecided, Carrie, but I may discontinue a few.
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to stretch myself a little thin.
Hmm.
But definitely not discontinuing Love Letter.
That's right. You can't. You can't. So, what is the story behind the numbers?
So good question. I created the numbers just more of my ode to like
Uh-huh.
collecting cards. Love Notes Fragrances should be a brand that you do collect.
Hmm.
There isn't so much a meaning behind it, but the inspiration behind it was Chanel number 5. And that
Hmm.
became her success, her claim to fame.
Hmm.
And, I wanted to emulate that in a way in candles. And
Awesome.
also too, I decided to use numbers instead of putting the fragrance, because I find that we're so like programmed. If we see something, if we see it in writing, we're not gonna smell it. We're not gonna
Hmm.
purchase it. So if
Hmm.
you see lavender and you're not a fan of lavender, you're not gonna pick
You'll
it up.
walk past it. Uh-huh.
Right? You walk past it and you'll go to, I don't know, if you prefer floral scent, you'll go to that. But I wanted the consumer to try
Test
and
it.
browse through the fragrances. Yeah.
Right. Especially the way you do your combinations. So, like you said, if someone just saw lavender within your combination, I'm like, ah. But the
Right.
way you mix your fragrances, nothing is very strong and overt. Like it's balanced.
Thank
That's why,
you.
yeah. That's
Thank
why
you.
I love your brand. I just love your brand. I love you. So
Well, I hope
there's
to
that.
come back with that return of the Vitamin M alumni. I think that could be
Yes, that's
really.
happening. You know what? That is a good anniversary box. The 5th year anniversary is coming in May. So that is a good anniversary.
I'll
I
look
think
out
that's
for
what
it.
that will be.
I will look out for it. So yeah, that
I
is the concept behind the numbers, the concept behind Selfish Bath and Body Teas, Love Notes Fragrances. Myself as the founder, I am still moving and pushing forward
Mhm.
and making the brand not only elevated, but working on distribution so
Mhm.
that it can be more accessible. Um,
Okay. Good. 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 Um, and let them know that your other offering, you also do handwritten notes too. How does that work?
yeah, so you definitely need a love note when you are purchasing your love note candle.
Mhm.
And who are you sending it to? It needs to be personalized from you. I'm bringing the fragrance, you're bringing the actual love note
I love
handwritten. So on the website, you can purchase an actual card where I will be writing the note on your behalf. And so that's how we segue in with us partnering together, the consumer and myself.
I love that. And with that being said, let everyone know how they can find you, Naya. What's your websites, your social media? Because you gotta get her candles and her body tea, all of the things, and men that she now has candles for you. So
Totally. Thank you. So you can find Love Notes Fragrances just on that social media handle, Love Notes Fragrances on IG, also on Facebook. You can also purchase after you test out on Vitamin M at lovenotesfragrances.com. So that's lovenotesfragrances.com.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
also Macy's.com.
And Macy's.com. Talking
Yeah.
about accessibility.
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Yeah, you're so welcome. So like I said, the February boxes they shipped out, but we do have mini It's Love essential kits, and in that kit, it's a $20 kit, but in that kit you do receive the travel size love letter candle, and if you want the 8 ounce, I do have a couples box, and the eight
Come
ounce
on.
candle is in the
Yes.
couples box. So you can't just buy a couples box just for Valentine's Day, right? You got to
You
gift
have to keep the
even.
love going,
You got to
you
keep the
know. And
love
I
going.
loved your box of what you put in your couples box.
Thank you.
Again, not to stress the pandemic, but with couples, it's a matter of how creative are they going to be in their home
Exactly.
space
In
after
their
you tuck
home.
the kids. You know, women need attention, men need attention too. And I just love
Hmm.
what you put in that chill. What is it? The cards that
Convo and chill. Yes,
go and chill. Let's engage in some conversation here over
exactly.
a lit candle. Why not?
Over a lit love letter candle.
Exactly. Come on.
It's perfect. So you can definitely get those, the kit and the box at the vitaminmbox.com. Nya, as always, thank you so much. Once again, I'm talking to Nya Kam. She is the owner of Love Notes Fragrances and Selfish Body Tea. She
Yeah.
just she just showed you an awesome demo of the bath tea. I love them. I actually need to purchase another big bag.
It's coming your
um,
way. Don't worry.
I absolutely love them. So
Mhm.
definitely check out her Selfish Body Teas as well. You can find her at lovenotesfragrances.com. You can find her Macy's.com. Um, the Brooklyn Museum, if you're in Brooklyn, that is huge.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going, but I will say this, Carrie. It's brands and businesses that's highlighting small brands like myself that
Mhm.
gives us the opportunity. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank
Please.
you. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You can, again, guys, make sure you check out Nya at lovenotesfragrances.com. Follow her on social media, Love Notes Fragrances, as well as Selfish Body Tea, right?
Yes.
So follow both of those pages. And Nya, thank you again. And if you want to check out past Behind the Box interviews, follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I did kick it off. I kind of kicked it off a little quietly, but you can search it the Vitamin M Suite because it's the chill spot where Black excellence thrives.
All right.
So check out the other Behind the Box series. And yeah, this is another episode with the lovely Nya Kam of
Thanks so much,
lovenotesfragrances.com.
Carrie.
All right, everyone have a good night. Nya, thank you. Have a good
Bye.
night.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good night. Thanks, Carrie.